Capitol or even the world without Graham knowing about it, nor a piece of legislation passing without Graham having a say in it.
It's a testament to his towering impact that among those mourning him here today are leaders, presidents, prime ministers from all over the globe.
The president said while Graham's life was cut short, he lived it to the fullest and died doing the work he was born to do, going out at the top of his game.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal, one of those in attendance at Senator Graham's funeral. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. Tonight, he's expected to be at the Capitol as the Senate holds a test vote on further sanctions against Russia over the Ukraine war. The legislation was backed by the late Senator Graham. This morning, the president met with Zelensky, who told reporters he and President Trump talked about restarting the peace process with Russia. He also met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as the U.S. has paused strikes on Iran. The White House called that meeting productive. Life in prison without parole for a Georgia teenager convicted of killing 2 teachers and 2 students at Appalachian High School in 2024. Colt Gray had pled guilty to 55 counts, including murder in the shooting at the school about 45 miles northeast of Atlanta.
The slain will not return to life. The injured will not forget their wounds, and a 16-year-old boy will live and die in prison.
Barrow County Superior Court Judge Nicholas Prim, another teacher, and 8 more students were wounded, 7 of them by gunfire. Murder carries a mandatory life sentence in Georgia. America's listening to Fox News.
You never know who might be taking the quiz.
Hi, I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, your personal astrophysicist.
Hey everyone, it's Phil Simms.
Hey everyone, it's Danica McKellar. It's Candace Bushnell.
I'm Jeremiah Brown.
Hey everyone, I'm Kix Brooks.
I'm John Taffer.
I'm Jennifer Aiden.
Everybody's Kevin Nealon.
It's Mr. Wonderful here, and it's time to take the quiz.
5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Crews in Wisconsin continue clearing debris and restoring power after an EF tornado struck the city of Menasha yesterday.
First responders in Menasha, Wisconsin, calling it one of the most difficult times in the city's history. But a miracle that no one died in the widespread damage from peak winds of up to 140 miles per hour that tore through numerous homes and businesses Monday.
This is going to be a long challenge for the community. Ask everybody to stick together, and that includes being patient with each other. That includes helping each other.
Winnebago County Exec Gordon hints a city curfew is now in place in Menasha, where roads are blocked with massive amounts of debris. The power's still out, with area shelters opening for people who no longer have a place to call home. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Major Hurricane Genevieve is roaring in the Pacific, though forecasters say it's far from land. The storm is now downgraded to a Category 4 after reaching Category 5 status Monday. Another financial company is eliminating jobs in the era of AI.
Visa is cutting 2,600 jobs. The Wall Street Journal says the company is looking to streamline operations and boost efficiency with artificial intelligence. The credit card and payments giant says the cuts will be mostly in technology and product teams and will impact about 7% of the workforce. A memo viewed by the Wall Street Journal from Chief Executive Ryan McInerney says technology trends are changing how money moves around the world, and to capture the opportunities, Visa must continue evolving how it works. Intuit, Cisco, and Facebook's parent Meta have all announced cuts in recent months, citing artificial intelligence. Jenny Coselda, Fox News.
Americans' confidence in the economy fell this month as gas prices went up and the U.S. and Iran stepped up fighting. The Conference Board says its consumer confidence index fell to 90.8 in July from 92.2 in June. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
Crews have been clearing an accident on I-10 eastbound at the Canal Street exit. Now we're getting word of an accident with injury and road blockage north Blue Angel Parkway at Lillian Highway. And if you're traveling at the Bankhead Tunnel east on Highway 98 from Government to I-10, it's a 6-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. I appreciate very, very much you listening. And once again, here we are together, just me and you, the two of us here, trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on? What's going on in the world around us? And what has gotten into people? People just nuttier than ever before. But again, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Deeply appreciated here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Today it is a Tuesday, so I have some limited coverage of today's Mobile City Council meeting for you. Limited due to my limited interest. But I will share with you some of the stuff that happened at today's Mobile City Council meeting. We've also got voicemails to get to from listeners and other news items to cover, other topics to get into on the Uncle Henry Show. And, of course, you can always jump in on the program if there's something you want to bring forward with a phone call. Telephone lines are open at 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, one of the things we found out from today's Mobile City Council meeting was that the new bus branding, they were changing the buses and still are. In Mobile, we had the Wave Transit, and that is being changed to Second Line. What are they going to call it? Second Line Transit. And they were supposed to have this going at the end of July, which is getting closer and closer. We're just days away. And so the Mobile City Council asked about this at their pre-council meeting today, and we found out a City of Mobile bureaucrat reported to the council and to the citizenry that it's gonna be a few more months. Yes, it's just this sometime in September. We'll get the new name on the buses and all that sometime in September. Now, I've got a little bit of what the bureaucrat had to say at the meeting today. Let's listen together. The man's name is Jacob Lawrence. And now I've edited his comments for brevity because he talked for quite a while. I decided to cut it down just a little bit. If you want to see his full comments, he made these comments at the pre-council meeting today. So you can go on YouTube, find the City of Mobile's YouTube page, and you can watch the full comments from the city bureaucrat, Jacob Lawrence. Here's some of what he had to say when he was asked about what's going on. Are we switching to Second Line Transit?
The original intent for VIA to launch on the 27th of July has had to be postponed slightly.
It's had to be slightly postponed.
We wanted to ensure that there was a robust public engagement piece. And over the course of the previous public engagement, there were some concerns that the public continued to maybe not quite get. And we wanted to ensure that the success of the system translated into public confidence in that system.
All right, so some of this delay has to do with the public having robust public discussion and the public understanding what was happening and liking it. And so far that has not happened. In fact, let me see. I got a message, a voicemail was phoned in, not directly to me. Now, this message came in last week, and my boss, somebody phoned in and somehow got the voicemail for all of iHeart in Mobile, and my boss forwarded this. So this is a brief message from longtime Uncle Henry Show caller Al. He's made several of these calls about the buses, and I've played them for you. This is the latest call he made, and I'm sure there's going to be some type of cuss word or something like that in there. So I'm warning you in advance that the A word may be involved. I guess this is what the bureaucrat is talking about, because there have been concerns. He said, what did he say? That there were concerns raised by the public? Let me see if I can back that up.
Continue to maybe not quite get, and we wanted to ensure
the public, there's stuff the public is not quite getting.
Public engagement piece. And over the course of the previous public engagement, there were some concerns that the public continued to maybe not quite get.
All right, so the public is not quite getting something. So let's listen together. Here's an example, I guess, of the public not quite getting something about the new buses.
Yeah, this is Danny Wheelon.
Now that was the wrong one. I apologize. Let me see what. Maybe this is it.
Yes, this is Ricky Barnes.
No, that is not it either. Dadgummit, I had an angry call about the buses. Well, I will find it at some point in the next break or two from the boss. But the whole point is some of the public not buying in to the new bus routes. Let's go back to the bureaucrat.
And we wanted to ensure that the success of the system translated into public confidence in that system. In addition to that, we determined that the rebranding of the fleet was going to take a little bit longer than was originally anticipated. We wanted to do it right. We wanted to make sure that any funding that you guys had previously approved in the capital account was expended wisely based on the future fleet plan. There are a lot of discussions about the idea of our fleet, and you guys have rightly brought this forward in previous conversations, that it feels like our fleet's pretty big. We now have a fleet strategy, and that means we need to honestly offload some of the fleet that we have currently. By postponing, we're able to get through everything that has been going on in these last couple of weeks to ensure that what is done is responsible to the council, to the city administration, and to the city public at large.
So we are currently.
So Corey Penn, Mobile City Councilman, representing District 1, Corey Penn, quizzing about this.
They're running the same routes.
We are, yes, sir.
And what I know we postponed is the date that we have in mind.
So when will the new buses start?
So what we would like to do is there's a meeting this week to discuss internally what the timeline is for launch. Currently, we have said, let's wait until after Labor Day, and we've not given a date intentionally because we want to make sure that what we are able to do is to have a certain number of the fleet rebranded when the routes go into effect, so that there is not a liability to the riders that would see a MOGO vehicle, which will come under the contract at that time, branded as MOGO instead of Second Line Transit. It's things like that that create a public appearance of propriety and thoughtfulness in making sure that everybody is comfortable with it. whether it is September the 8th, which is the day after Labor Day, or whether it is the 30th of September and coincides with the opening of the new fiscal year, remains to be seen at this time.
So there's no date. We don't know.
Our goal is to get to that actual date and provide it to you guys at the soonest practicable possibility, inclusive of any commentary that would come out of this week's meetings.
All right, so we're getting new bus branding, new bus routes and everything like that, but there's no date yet. They're still working on it. It could be the day after Labor Day. It could be the end of September. Who knows? I guess a little mystery. It's more fun when you don't know. It's more fun. It builds some suspense. It's more fun when you don't know. All right, well, that was one thing that happened at today's Mobile City Council meeting. We find out that the buses still a work in progress. And one of the things they need to do is have more robust engagement with the public to make sure that the public that would ride the bus understands what is happening and would like what is happening with the bus. Now, let's see, I've got some more. I got just a little bit more coverage of the Mobile City Council meeting. Let me get into that right after a very brief timeout. The Uncle Henry Show continues after this break here on News Radio 710 WNTM. News Radio 710, WNTM, the Uncle Henry Show continues. We have news headlines coming up in less than 10 minutes here on News Radio 710, WNTM. Today was a Mobile City Council meeting. If you want complete coverage of the meeting, just go watch it. Just go take a look at it on the City of Mobile's YouTube channel. The enthusiastic, optimistic young Mayor Spiro was at the meeting. When they started off, the first 30 minutes or so of the meeting are devoted to the fact that it's like Park and Recreation Month or something like that, and there was a big celebration of lots of different sports teams, different teams that are associated with Mobile Parks that have done well this year. And so lots and lots of teams were there getting their pictures made with the city council. I have a feeling that the YouTube video is going to be one of the most watched Mobile City Council meetings because so many parents and family members are going to look, they're going to want to see the kids at the meeting if they weren't able to be at the meeting. So lots of that, lots of pictures being made and stuff like that at the meeting. Now, but for complete coverage, just go watch the meeting yourself. Now, there was a moment in the meeting where there was a Mobile City Council member that was singled out for great service to the city of Mobile. Other politicians were praising one of the Mobile City Council members for his service to the community. And that person that they were praising,
Josh Wood.
Yes.
Jock Wood.
Yes, they were praising Josh or Jock Wood of District 6. The first council person to praise Jock was District 5 Councilman Ben Reynolds.
I'll be brief, but I want to extend a special thank you to our very own Josh Woods for his service on the Mobile Planning Commission. Most folks don't know this, but last week they had over 30 items on their agenda, and they toughed it out for over 4 hours to conduct the business of the city. So I want to extend a thank you to Josh for not falling asleep during the meeting.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Councilman Woods.
All right, so an over 4-hour planning commission meeting. Now this, if you've not had to be in these kind of meetings, and I've never had to be actually officially doing anything in a meeting, but I've had to watch things like this during my career. Yes, early in my career, I was actually told I had to watch that kind of stuff, and it's very harmful to the soul, the mind, the body in many ways. The longer a governmental meeting goes, the more you can feel just so much of your life just slipping away from you, even the will to live. So more than 4 hours of sitting through a planning commission meeting. So Ben Reynolds, the first councilman to thank Josh Woods for his service at that planning commission meeting.
Josh Wood.
Yes, indeed. And then it went from Ben Reynolds thanking Jock Woods to District 5 Ben Reynolds is District 4. I guess Bo Fleming, District 5. Bo Fleming jumping in.
Mr. President, congratulations, Mr. Woods. You made it through a long meeting. I know that was a tough one. They didn't even have an intermission, I don't think.
2 Red Bulls in 4 hours.
So Bo Fleming also thanking Josh Woods for his service. Gina Gregory. At first it was sounding a lot like a bromance is going on, but then Gina Gregory jumped in.
Mr. President.
District 7, Vice President Gregory.
Thank you. I just want to follow up on Josh Woods' service on the Planning Commission. Josh, you are the man for the job. And I don't think you'll have any of your colleagues fighting you for that position anytime soon. So hang on in there, buddy. You've got it.
I believe that District 6 is made for that position.
I think it is too. Yeah. For some reason, District 6 seems to be the district that takes on the Planning Commission. So thank you for that.
All right, they're all thanking him because they know just how horrible it is. How horrible it is to sit in a governmental meeting for over 4 hours. They all know that some of them may not have been able to handle it. And then while everybody was thanking Josh Woods, or Jock Woods, as he is known, but to some, Mobile City Councilman C.J. Small wanted to congratulate the people involved with the city that won NAPPY awards.
And I'd like to extend congratulations to two people in this room. First, I would like to extend congratulations to our very hard-working council member, Councilman Ben Reynolds, for receiving the NAPPY Award a couple weeks ago, and also to our city clerk for receiving the Politics Award for being the hardest-working appointed official in the city of Mobile. Congratulations to you all both.
By the way, this shows you, if you're wondering, do the politicians pay attention to who wins a NAPPY award? Obviously they do. Obviously they do.
Official in the city of Mobile. Congratulations to you all both. And our mayor. Congratulations.
Yes, young Mayor Sparrow got something like, I think he won the NAPPY Award for Best Mobilian right now. So congratulations to him for that.
Anything from the administration? All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Probably moving second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? This meeting is adjourned.
The best part of the meeting, of course, is always when it's over. So, again, if you want more complete and smarter coverage of the city council meeting, just go watch it yourself. All of it available on YouTube. And if you have a stomach for it, the pre-council meeting, which is even more annoying. All right, there is more Uncle Henry Show to come, many other things to get into, some voicemails to get into, perhaps your phone calls. But first, we're going to take a timeout for news headlines, words from our sponsors, and then back with more on News Radio 710 WNTM, The Uncle Henry Show. This is the Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening here on News Radio 710 WNTM. You can also hear me on FM radio. I'm on 95 KSJ Monday through Friday, playing today's hottest country. Tomorrow, I'll have your chance to win some tickets to see Craig Morgan. Craig Morgan is going to be part of the Southern Roots Country Festival. This is a brand new music festival that is starting up this October. It's going to be Saturday, October 3rd. In beautiful Irvington, Alabama. Yes, Irvington. Beautiful Irvington, Alabama. It's going to be held at Mobile International Speedway. Yes, this is going to be a lot of fun. Craig Morgan is the headliner, and they've got all kind of different performers lining up for this. Everything from traditional country to new country and everything in between. And we've got a chance for you to win tickets tomorrow. Be listening right around 11:15 tomorrow morning on 95 KSJ for your chance to win tickets to see Craig Morgan and all those other performers at the Southern Roots Country Festival, Saturday, October 3rd at Mobile International Speedway. Irvington, I believe, Irvington is underrated. It really is. Irvington is an underrated area in Mobile County. Irvington there's a lot of rustic charm, just a lot of rustic charm and wonderful people in Irvington. You know, I was down in the Irvington area recently, driving around, looking around, and I wondered when this part of the county is going to have the same population jump and development like we've had in Saraland and Satsuma. I just wonder that because it's just as beautiful down there. Just as beautiful. And they've got the bonus of having Mobile International Speedway down there. So anyway, your chance to win tomorrow on 95 KSJ starting at 11:15. Our phone lines are open, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. If there's something you either want to email me the old-fashioned way or if you want to tell me, feel free to do so. Let me go to the Uncle Henry Show voicemail. Got a voicemail this afternoon.
Roll Tide, Unc. And I do mean roll tide.
Roll Tide, roll!
My math and memory serves me correctly. I believe it's either a week from today or tomorrow that those fine young men in the crimson jerseys report for the first day of what's called fall practice.
Oh, by the way, and I'm sorry to interrupt there, but yes, we're getting closer and closer to fall practice. We're also getting closer and closer to kickoff. And I've noticed the people on the X app, if it's like 41 days until kickoff, whatever the number of days, my math is getting worse and worse as I get older. But what some people are doing is they're posting clips of Alabama games, and if it's like 43 days until kickoff, they'll post a video of a 43-yard touchdown, or the next day it's a 42-yard touchdown, or a 41-yard touchdown. It's been so much. I've had so much fun watching these touchdowns every day leading up to the kickoff. A wonderful use of social media. You know, social media is often used to divide us. Social media often used to fire us up and make us mad at each other, make us mad at the opposing political party or somebody in another town or something like this. And this is a much better use of social media. A use of just getting people like me fired up, putting out beautiful, positive content. Anytime you can see Tua throw a touchdown pass, as I was watching today, some Tua touchdown passes, it's a positive use of social media. If there's any reason, most days I think, you know what, we could probably fix the country if we would just get rid of things like Facebook. But then I'll see posts like that where you see Tua throwing a touchdown, and I think, well, maybe we can keep social media if they're posting touchdowns like that. So, all right, back to the voicemail. All right, talking about Alabama football coming up.
Crimson jerseys report for the first day of what's called fall practice. We shall see. Hey, Uncle, I seen that picture of you and Lucy Greer on the Facebook. Didn't know y'all were doing a high school football thing. If you will, inform me about that and how it went and what was discussed, etc.
All right, well, yes, up here at iHeartMedia in Mobile, located near the beautiful Bel Air Mall area of Mobile, yesterday and today, we had Randy Kennedy come back to iHeartMedia, the sports expert, sports Hall of Famer Randy Kennedy. He was up here and helped organize a Mobile County High School football media days. And all these teams came in. All these Mobile County teams came in, the coaches and some of the players, and did their media days in front of we had the TV stations up here doing video, and I think AL.com and Lagniappe, the Lagniappe newspaper. And so if you want coverage of it, 69-year-old Chris, look on the TV stations, look on AL.com, look on the LagniappeMobile.com website, spelled like it sounds, LagniappeMobile.com. And you can see what all the different coaches were talking about. And, you know, they were all talking about their team and which players are really standing out so far and everything. I think the first high school football games are going to be August 20th or August 21st. So we're getting even closer to the high school. So that is what's been going on. And Greer's Markets have been the presenting sponsor for all of the high school football media days that we've had yesterday and today. So Lucy Greer was here today. I took a picture with her. I'm going to put up a bunch more pictures on social media later of some of the coaches and some of the players and stuff like that. But 69-year-old Chris, thank you for haunting Facebook and noticing what was going on there. All right, back to the voicemail.
If you will, inform me about that and how it went and what was discussed, etc.
It went good.
And it got me to wondering about another thing relative to the software issues you've had recently with 710. It's a sort of a two-part question. A, did they change the software out for KSJ? And B, if so, are you experiencing the same sort of difficulties there that you have with the AM? I'm curious about that. If you can't answer, don't worry about it.
All right. Well, yes, we switched to different software on all of our radio stations. The KSJ switch was might have been last year, and it's very different for a music station from a talk station. And I'm used to using it on a music station. As you can tell, even by listening both yesterday and today, not used to using it yet on this station, because I get about 2 hours a day to try and learn it. And it's just been I was using the same software to broadcast since 1998. Since 1998 or 1999. So this has been quite a change. And I promise I'll get better at running the controls and everything sometime in the next year or two. I've still got a couple of years left on my contract, so I've still got time to learn how to use this stuff. But it goes a lot smoother on the music. It's a little bit different on the music stations than it is on live talk stations. But thank you for asking and being curious.
If you can't answer, don't worry about it. All right. Going back to some more college football podcast at 12:01 p.m. Here in the meantime, sitting by enjoying that, listening to it intently, waiting for the Uncle Henry show in 5 hours.
69-year-old Chris, thank you for listening. Thank you for the voicemail. The voicemail number is 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976. And with football season coming up, I would love it if you'd leave a message letting me and other football fans know some of the podcasts you think are good. Because there are so many. There are just endless numbers of football podcasts, endless numbers of podcasts about Alabama football. What do you recommend that we could listen to? Because I personally would like to know what that would be if you had a recommendation for us. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate that very, very much. Again, the voicemail number 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show. Now let's see, back to the voicemail. I think I've got another voicemail that I can get to here on the Uncle Henry Show.
Henry, this here is different. Henry, did you see on the news that America's Prime Minister, Netanyahu, will be coming to Washington, D.C. to visit with his Presidente Trump? Henry, there's people calling for Netanyahu to be arrested. I guess he's got international war crime arrest warrants.
That would be the mayor of New York, Mamdani.
There is no way Netanyahu is going to be arrested in America, Henry. America is Netanyahu's country, Henry. I mean, that's just as silly. There's two countries in the world Netanyahu will never be arrested, molested, or assassinated in. And those are the two countries that he owns, which is Israel and America.
Well, let me pause you there. Now, I would encourage you to, if you're interested, because you're saying that Netanyahu would never be arrested in his own country. I believe if it weren't for the war and all the stuff they got going on, they've got a trial ready to go for him for some, and I don't even remember what he's charged with in Israel, but there's stuff going on there in Israel with Netanyahu. So he's definitely not going to get arrested here, but in Israel, there's people over there. Just like in our country, people are always mad at whoever the president is. There's people in Israel really mad at him that have him. There's a trial ready to go for him over there. So he could get, I know it probably would not happen, but he could get arrested in Israel.
Anyway, Henry, people need to wake up. Ain't nothing going to happen to old Netanyahu. He ain't going to be arrested in Washington, D.C. Tel Aviv and Washington, D.C. are both Netanyahu's capitals. Anyway, Henry, just a thought. You have a good day.
Buford, thank you for your voicemail. I'm glad you brought the topic up because I've gotten really annoyed watching all the coverage of Mamdani, mayor of New York, talking about how he would like to arrest Netanyahu the next time Netanyahu comes to New York, because this has gotten a lot of attention. It's taken up a lot of minutes on Fox News. Got a lot of talking about it. And it annoys me because Mamdani can't arrest Netanyahu in New York. They have we don't recognize any of these charges or anything like this. This is Mamdani trying to get a lot of attention, appealing to the people he knows that are his base that are not fans of Israel. And so they're giving all this attention to Mamdani when Mamdani knows he can't arrest Netanyahu. And I think Fox likes covering the story, even though they know that Netanyahu wouldn't be arrested. I think they like covering it just because it gives them something to talk about, and then they can have people on there talking about it. But it is nothing will happen to Netanyahu there. He will not be arrested, and it irritates me because it gives more coverage to Mamdani. One of the reasons Mamdani is maybe gaining in popularity is he's getting so much coverage from the people that don't like him. They're building him up to be more than he is on Fox. But no, nothing. Benjamin Netanyahu would not be arrested in New York or anywhere else in the country. You're right about that. All right, going to take a quick time out and then more Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. The Uncle Henry Show continues here on News Radio 710 WNTM. News headlines coming up in less than 5 minutes from Fox, and then more Uncle Henry Show. Going to look at some other news items from around the state of Alabama and locally. Oh, and Buford, if in the last segment, Buford had called in a voicemail claiming that Benjamin Netanyahu, the people calling for his arrest, Buford claimed that Benjamin Netanyahu would never be arrested in our country or Israel. And I mentioned that Netanyahu did have some legal issues in Israel. During the break, I did look it up. And this sounds insane. It's hard for us to understand in this country. Benjamin Netanyahu is already on trial in Israel on corruption charges, bribery, fraud, breach of trust. And of course, innocent until proven guilty. The trial started in the year 2020. He was indicted in 2019. It remains ongoing. They have had 98 hearings in the trial. He just gave his own testimony So that is still ongoing. So he certainly, nothing will happen to him in our country, of course. But in his own country, you never know how this is going to turn out. It's hard to imagine something happening with him after all that has been going on. But I don't know. They've had a trial going. Could you imagine something like this going on for so long? 6 years. And he's running the country while it's going on. And the thing is, for people that don't like him, one thing to remember, if you look into who might take his place, if he were to resign or if there was a trial to go on and remove him from office or whatever would happen, if he were to be out of office, several of the people that would be likely to take his place are way more right-wing than he is. So you get rid of him, you might get Netanyahu times 10. But just think about that. All right, out of time for this hour of Uncle Henry Show. More coming up after the news break on WNTF.